Graduands, guests and colleagues, my name is Susie Braithwaite and I'm delighted to welcome you to graduation. I have a few announcements to make before we begin so that you can relax and enjoy the ceremony. Graduands, an easy job to start with. Please check that your seat number matches the number on your ticket because you will be called to the stage in this order. If you discover that these don't match, our team of stewards can help you locate the correct seat. At the appropriate time, you will be invited by the stewards to stand and to make your way to the foot of the stairs, ready to head up the stairs and across the stage. All very straightforward. But there are two things that make for a seamless ceremony. Firstly, as soon as the person ahead of you begins to cross the stage, please make sure you make your way to the top of the stairs. Don't wait till they've passed across the stage before you reach the top of the stairs. Secondly, don't let excitement and pride overwhelm you so much that you forget to pick up your decree parchment when you've crossed the stage. If you do, don't worry, you will have graduated. But don't go back because you'll collide with someone coming the other way. Instead, please visit the Graduate Information Desk at the Exhibition Centre where you collected your gown and tickets, 30 minutes after the ceremony, where you can collect your parchment. At the end of the ceremony, graduates are asked to process out from the hall directed by the stewards. Family and friends, the stewards will show you to the exits once the graduates have left the hall. If the fire alarm should sound at any point, please remain in your seats. Instructions will be given and we will escort you to the nearest exit. As graduates, we welcome you to our international community of over 119,000 York alumni. The Alumni Association organises many events, networks and services designed to connect you to fellow alumni across the world and to boost your career prospects. So please visit the Alumni Association stand and photo booth at the Exhibition Centre where you can pick up your graduation gift to welcome you to the Alumni Association. In November, you'll receive an email about a national survey, the destinations of leavers from higher education. The survey focuses on a specific date in January, so when you know what you'll be doing on that date, whether it's work or further study, please let us know. Excuse me. The results help us provide the right support for current students and make sure we offer graduates like you relevant opportunities and information. I'm nearly done. Finally, please turn off your mobile phones and will you all please stand?
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the University of York. I declare open this congregation for the conferment of awards. Please be seated.
Today we celebrate the achievements of students, but we also wish to recognise the staff who've contributed to your success. York has an outstanding record of teaching excellence. But what students will remember long after graduation are the individual members of staff and postgraduates who teach, who have supported, challenged, and inspired them. The Vice-Chancellor's Teaching Awards recognise and reward both individuals and teams who have made an outstanding impact on the student learning experience. All holders of these awards have demonstrated excellence in their teaching and the support they give to learning, delivered with energy, care, and commitment. A Vice-Chancellor's Teaching Award has been made to Dr. Brian Radley from the Department of English and Related Literature. Brian is unable to be here today, but we congratulate him on his achievement. So it's now my pleasure to introduce Orla Lavery, our student orator, who will speak on behalf of the class of 2017. Our student orators have been chosen to give voice to our diverse community of learning on this milestone occasion to give their reflections as a graduating University of York student. So please join with me in welcoming Orla Lavery to the stage.
Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates. Let me first begin by congratulating those of you who are graduating today. It is a real honour to be able to speak upon the behalf of the graduating class of 2017. I should start, however, by informing you that I am somewhat of an imposter here. I did go to this university, but I'm not actually graduating until tomorrow. Yes. So technically, I'm a lot less qualified than the rest of you to be standing up here, but I will do my best. Now, I grew up with two parents who were academics, which you might see as a blessing or a curse, depending on probably how the last 3 years went. But upon reflecting upon our time here at York, I remembered something I'd asked my father as a very young girl. He took his doctorate in chemistry, and I asked him, "Dad, what is it like to know everything about chemistry?" He, of course, laughed and said, "Well, Orla, when you come to learn a lot about something, you'll realize that actually there's quite a lot you don't know." The philosophy students among us may call these things known unknowns, things that we know we don't know, a perhaps slightly bemusing concept. While many of us are now qualified in the disciplines that we may be graduating in, I think we can all agree that the more we've learned, the more we realize we have still yet to learn. I think this is one of the most valuable lessons that higher education teaches us. That is, there really is a lot that we don't know. It has also never been quite so important that we learn this lesson early on. Our generation will have to continually adapt to the increasing pace of technological progress like no generation has before us. So, as we now progress into our working lives, a desire to continue to learn will be one of the most valuable skills we can take with us from the past 3 years. In many ways, this really is a humbling lesson to learn. And I think this is why it is so important that we never stop educating ourselves. In order to put this perhaps slightly abstract message into some better context, I wanted to share with you a little bit about my study abroad experience while I was here at York that I undertook in my second year. Because this lesson of how humbling it can be to realize what you don't know has never been more apparent to me than when I went into this world of unknowns by studying abroad in the US. Not least because the word humble is perhaps something that some Americans are a little less well acquainted with. But also because I moved to a place where I didn't know anyone and I had no idea what to expect. Now, I should preface this by saying that it was a fantastic year that presented me with many great opportunities, but it was also extremely challenging. Some of the better times included undertaking an internship with the United Nations alongside my studies, where seeing Leonardo DiCaprio was a particular highlight, receiving a York Alumni Scholarship, seeing some of America's greatest political landmarks, and experiencing a different education system. And that enabled me to meet some of the world-renowned academics in philosophy at Rutgers University. A special thanks should go out to the University of York for enabling me to have this experience, and especially to Carol Feasby and the team at the Centre for Global Programmes in York. Their support was unwavering throughout the year, and they were able to reply to my emails quicker than I will ever be able to aspire to do, so thank you. But when I tell people about my experience, they rarely hear about the challenging times. These included getting food poisoning on my first flight over, which ended with me being wheeled off the plane through JFK, to then experience a pretty graphic taxi ride, of which I will spare you all the details. I also had my laptop stolen from my room in the night, but you'll be happy to hear it's back here today. And that happened while I was sleeping. And I also cumulatively wrote over 30,000 words in assessed essays while I was there. So you can imagine how I felt when my flatmates complained about their 10,000-word dissertations this year. The point of telling you all of this is to share with you what I learned from entering a world of unknowns and realizing the extent of what I did not know, albeit still in the safeguards of university life. Now, entering into this next phase of unknowns in our lives, the stakes are a little higher. But also, we're about to embark into one of the most exciting periods of our lives. And for those of you who will start working, you'll finally have a salary, which is pretty nice. Sorry for anyone who's taking a master's. This time last year, when I returned from the US, I finally began to grasp the gravity of what my father had told me as a young girl. And I truly hope that you too will carry this message with you. And as we move into our working lives, I hope we never really forget the extent of what we don't know. Not only in the early stages of our careers, but also as we progress through them. In sharing this with you all, I hope that when you start your careers, or go into further study, or continue to send out CVs in the hope that somebody out there will want to hire you, which eventually somebody will, I hope you can also find a little comfort in knowing that you're not alone on this path of not knowing. Just let it be a gentle reminder that we are all still continuing to learn. And hopefully, eventually we too will be able to teach our parents a thing or two. I wish you all the very best of luck upon entering into this next phase of your lives, and I have every confidence that with minds open to learning, you will do an excellent job of it too. Thank you.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in English. For research in armed women in the British theatre, 1789 to 1803, Sarah Burdett. For research in urban literature in the early 19th century, Lucy Hodgetts. For research in quotidian things, Don DeLillo and the Everyday, Stephanie Lambert. For research in bodily energy in medicine and culture, 1870 to 1925, Catherine Margaret Clare Oakley. For research in style and faith in Geoffrey Hill, Carlo Hanlon. For research in early modern passions and affections, Ceris Riley. For research in Beckett and the idea of the uninterpretable work, Nicholas Walterman. For the degree of Master of Arts by Research in English, Samuel Simpson. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English, Zach Abbey. Sophie Allen. Evie Alsop. Mitsuko Anderson. Pierre Anderson. Yasmin Azif. Jessica Astwood. Akvila Balyu Levici Chute. Alicia Barnes. Olivia Barnes. Miranda Batke-Braun. Nicolette Bidwell. Katie Biggs. James Blow. Jennifer Bollins. Daniel James Bowen. Megan Bowen. Ms. Philippa Emily Brige, Bransfield Garth. Oscar Bridge. Ewan Brooke. Holly Browett Woolnough. Harriet Brown. Kimberly Butterworth. Alice Cadney. Sophie Candler. James Carr. Anka Carter Timofte. Jane Chan. Mia Shantana Chaudhuri Julian. Ada Chong. Matthew Chesters. Amelia Clark. Emma Cleary. Jonathan Close. Ruth Corniford. Isabel Cook. Lucy Cooper. Lewis Crook. Megan Crossley. Angelica Kurtzy. Meenal Daswani. Lily Davis. William de Chazel Rasmussen. Antoinette Dimova. Lucy Doherty. Natasha Doley. Annabelle Dove. Joel Down. Grace Doyle. Eloise Figuero. Laura Fitzpatrick. Alicia Fowler. Alexander Frost. Harry Gardner. Georgia Garilli. William Georgiadis. Amy Gibbons. Max Gorse. Keelan Gurry. James Hackney. Claire Hall. Laura Hancock. James Harris. Lucy Hart. Matilda Hartley. Isabel Hawkes. Jessica Hearson. Kirsty Henley. Adrian Hickey. Eleanor Higginson. Bryony Holdsworth. Sienna Holmes. Megan Hopcroft. Lydia Horry. Gemma Charlotte Hughes. Sidra Imtaz. Matthew Ingram. Stan James. Louis Jarney. Gabrielle Kendrick. Chloe Kent. Eleanor Krischer. Munisha Lau. Li Wei Lin. Patrick Light. Rebecca Lines. Amelia Lingwood. Emily Kate Linton. Jake Logan. Edward MacDonald. Benjamin Meyer. Rebecca Mannion. Helena Marshall. Kirsten Martin. Freya McCreary. Callum McCulloch. Charlotte McCulloch. Emily MacDonald Thomas. Louis McGillick. Bethany McCune. Rochelle Mann. Carly Miller. Brad Muggeridge. Liam Mullally. Charlotte Mullis. Anthony Noonan. Georgina Norgate. Catherine Norrie. Amy Norton. Leonora O'Hanlon. Christopher Owen. Alexandra Payne. Lily Papworth. Phoebe Parker. Josephine Parsons. Nick Patel. Freya Phillips. Julian Porch. Beth Pryor. Caitlin Quinlan. George Ravenscroft. Amelia Richardson. Jack Richardson. Catherine Robson. Bethany Roach. Anna Louise Ruler. Victoria Roffey. Sally Sadiq. Scott Saunders. Isabel Sewell. Constance Shaw. Sidra Sheikh. Elizabeth Short. Fabian Sindelar. Paula Schlugita. Georgia Smith. Katie Smith. Matthew Smith. Lydia Spilsbury. Emma Rose Summerfield. Lucy Swift. Megan Taff. Hannah Tari. Christine Tan. Jake Tatterstill. Jessica Taylor. Judita Venacone Mudian Selagai. Zoe Thompson. Junis Tong. Vanessa Sai. Thomas Turton. Francesca Vento. Oh, sorry. Thomas Underwood. Simran Verdi. Chelsea Wade. Anne-Marie Webb. Sarah Weinberg. Richard White. Sasha White. Isabel Lily Wilkinson. Jessica Williams. Rhiannon Williams. Thomas Williams. Edward Wilson. Eleanor Wintour. Bertie Winneck. Aisha Wood. Alice Young. Jessica Ewell. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and History, Charlotte Beckett. Kelsey Blaine. Hannah Martha Brown. Caitlin Burge. Edward Chesham. Elizabeth Cryer. Kerrian Fishlock. Paige Francis. Miriam Gibson. Lucy Gilder. Molly Gill. Chloe Grant Jones. Lauren Harrison. Catherine Holland. Pablo Martinez. Cameron McClarty. Eleanor Moran. Alexandra Parsons. Zoe Pole. Amy Sullivan. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and History of Art, Ella Baker. Isabel Bennett. Catherine Campbell. Sarah Curtis. Catherine Daly. Anna Newman. Eleanor Sutherland. Emily Weiss. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and Philosophy, James Bailey. Eleanor Barrand. Eleanor Carter. Isabel Gibbons. Jasmine Hayward. Timothy Lasco Schroeder. Pippin Major. Rebecca Medhurst. Francesca Piacciarca. Alexander Pusey. Katie Elizabeth Rome. Emily Towers. Natasha Wood. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and Politics, Joshua Hancock. Thomas Hall. Emma Sheffield. Lydia Xu Huang Yi. Arthur Smith. Shireen Batcher. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Brendan King.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ensemble E Anonyme will perform Danny Boy, arranged by Joshua Medine, followed by It Don't Mean a Thing, arranged by Deke Sharon.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. It don't mean a thing, you gotta sing. It makes no difference if it's sweet or hard. Just get everything you've got. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
Rhythm, got rhythm, got rhythm, got rhythm, rhythm, got rhythm,
swing, it don't mean a thing.
rhythm, got rhythm,
Swing, it don't mean a thing.
rhythm, got
Swing, it don't mean a thing.
It makes no difference if it's sweet or hard. Just get everything you've got.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in History of Art. For research in the transatlantic trade in stained glass, Marie-Hélène Grohl. For research in masculinity and armour in Elizabethan England, Sophie Littlewood. For research in John Singer Sargent's Anglo-American portraits, Emily Moore. For research in signifying kingship in Anglo-Saxon England, Heidi Lee Stoner. For the degree of Master of Arts by Research in History of Art, Isabel Gapp. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History of Art, Brooke Bellesi. Poppy Barnett. Jessie Bromovsky. Billy Bruce. Charlotte Cohen. Danielle Cook. Felicity Cook. Olivia Cracknell. Helena Cross. Francesca Curtis. Lydia Farrer. Emily Gordon-Lennox. Alexandra Gutt. Janelli Guzman. Rosita Henley. Eleanor Henniker Horn. Isabel Hollands. Grace Hurren. Alexander Kidia. Kalina Kozowska. Meredith Lambert. Tess McGeechy. Ellen Mann. Isabella Mackay. Lauren Nicoluzu. Susan Oxborough. Catherine Phillips. Emily Price. Pandora Rika. Isabel Roberts. Adriana Ryan. Vivian Swartz. Eleanor Seagrave. Hannah Shepherd. Eloise Smith. Lucy Singh. Eleanor Thomas. Maria Thomas. Morgan Travers. Paige Vernon. Rosario Waterlow. Nicholas Yanitsaros. Han Zhang Yu.
Chancellor, I have the honor to present the following candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy. Indeed. Harriet Airy. Linda Alley. Daisy Barker. Daniel Barnfather. Alexandra Bradley. Jody Burrow. Lucy Burrows. Eleanor Byrne. Jill Caldwell. Alexandra Campbell. Jack Castle Gerard. Amy Carson. Lily Dickinson. Matthew Diss. Isabella Zizitsky. Sayed Aniat. Emily Finch. Sevji Ferrat. Lewis Gibson. Natasha Green. Victoria Gregory. Courtney Grover. George Horn. Christopher Howden. Maxine Hui. Aaron Kakar. Banuter Collins Timmis. Miguel Angelo da Costa Leal. Mary McCauley. Isla Martin. Daniela Meehan. Louis Mendonça. Anna Mitchell. Isabel O'Regan. Peter Outred. Harry Powell. Hugo Reed. Jacob Ruck. Gabriella Jade Ann Simons. Jazz Singh. Zachary Smith. Eve Spears. Olaide Steele. Ruby Steer. Ella Tennant. Lauren Thompson. Alice Tonks. Adam Ty. Kewe Uwotu. Maria Viejo Romero. Phoebe Bolin Vowles Webb. Ed Willems. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and Sociology, Sean Hamill. Jancy Hoare. Alex Wright. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, Bethany Dring.
So, ladies and gentlemen, so many people ask me after these ceremonies, what's it like? What's it like actually standing there and shaking hands? And I've had handshakes today that are across the scale from Macron to Putin via Trump. That's Ivanka. Thank you so much for the compliments on my gown, which is much appreciated. One doesn't get to dress up quite like this too often in one's life. But the sheer emotion that everybody in this room shares, I have to tell you, is magnified when you stand here and have the huge honor of conferring degrees upon this class. By the way, this class is the smartest, the most intelligent, the most charismatic since the one we did this morning. And I mean, the sheer pleasure as you see these faces come across, some quite nervous. There's the phenomenon of that extraordinary engineering feat, the high heel. The commendation to those of you who managed it without a single default, I thought was quite extraordinary. So look, it's a day of real formality because this is the day on which those who came into the room as graduands go out as graduates. It's a real status change and something that's really important. I can remember throughout my life of having sat in graduation halls as a nervous undergraduate, as a nervous postgraduate, as a professor, as a vice-chancellor, and then as a parent. You know, and you sit there and you think, is my child going to turn up? And then they do, and you sit there just bursting with pride, as I know so many people in the auditorium are doing today, to see your child or your loved ones or your grandchild or whoever going through this formal ceremony, this staging post in life. So it's on behalf of the University of York that I have great pleasure in conferring formally the degrees and wishing you well for the future. And wishing you well for a world which is probably about as weird as it could possibly be. Reflect. Reflect on those years of grotesque warfare in 1939 to 1945. Reflect on the way in which nations were divided in violent conflagration and the loss of millions of lives. There was a moment in 1941, December, when Winston Churchill went to America and to stay at the White House with President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. They had organized that there would be a meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning, and Roosevelt, who you may recall was wheelchair-bound, took himself along to Churchill's suite, got through the door, and there was nothing there. But suddenly the side door opened. Out walked Churchill, completely nude, and the pink haze having just come out of his bath. Roosevelt, immensely embarrassed, tried to turn his wheelchair around, only for Churchill to growl, "Stay. His Majesty's Prime Minister of the United Kingdom has nothing to hide from the President of the United States of America." Now, I understand that hasn't been tried since, and certainly not in the last year. But it symbolized so beautifully a relationship of two countries at ease with each other, a relationship in which the United States subsequently invested heavily in the Marshall Plan to lift Europe out of the devastation of its post-war time, and symbolized the beginning of a half-century of transatlantic collaboration as Europe rebuilt itself, not only physically but also politically. It was, I think, a period in which we could look back with some pride. We could look back at those disorders that transcend the physical borders that we impose through our nationalist politics, those disorders such as infectious disease. Infectious disease knows no borders. And yet when we were confronted just recently with the crises of Ebola in Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia, it was the Comity of Nations coming together under international organizations, the World Health Organization, that forestalled that forecast million deaths and managed to contain the disease. It was a similar phenomenon with the Zika virus in Brazil. Again, 1 million deaths were forecast. Again, they didn't eventuate. We can contemplate quite soon the end of children being born with HIV. We know that international intervention can help to save future generations from one of the most devastating infectious diseases that we've had on this planet. We've started to take the environment more seriously. We've started to attack some of the evils of global climate change. But before then, the problems of filthy rivers, filthy beaches, filthy air, a long way to go, and yet it's been the science, the technology, the willingness to think beyond borders for phenomena that do not confine themselves in national institutions. We can look, I think, at many achievements of this era with some pride. We haven't eradicated poverty, but we have seen hundreds of millions of citizens of this globe being brought out of grinding agrarian poverty and into new lives and new employment in urban areas. Indeed, the pace of growth in China and in India in particular is creating a new middle class of in the order of 50 million to 100 million a year of those who wish to have the standards of living that we enjoy in the West. More than that, who are desperate for education, desperate for higher education. And if you consider that we in this country give higher education to only about 2 million people at any one time, that burgeoning demand of 30, 40, 50 million can only ever be satisfied by resort to completely new approaches to education and through technology. And so, as we stand at this point in history, it's so dispiriting to see the reversal of so many of those trends. It's so dispiriting to see a reversion to nationalistic policies, to populism, to the reimposition of an inward-looking sense of nations, to the reimposition of protectionist tariffs, which will start to reverse some of that globalization and the environmental and economic impacts that it's brought about. So it's almost scary at this stage to ask ourselves, well, what world is it that our graduates are going to go into? And I would have to say it's the most exciting world we possibly could imagine, because we know that these are transient effects. We know that we have the capacity in universities that have a global vision of the future to be having graduates who have a global vision of what they can do, and who have also the weapons of science and technology to be able to tackle some of the globe's problems. So let me take two hypotheses. Number one, which is that climate change doesn't exist, and it's the dream of scientists anxious to make more money from their grants, and we should deny them that possibility. And the second hypothesis, which is that actually you can't attack global climate change without destroying economic growth. Well, wrong and wrong. Both hypotheses are completely misguided. What we are able to do, and what we know that we can do, is combine the two. Let me do this fact. In the last 4 years, the United States of America has spent $230 billion countering the effects of extreme climate events in the United States. $230 billion, which could have equally well been expended on new science, new research, and on countering the effects in advance of adaptation to climate change, but also understanding better the atmospheric physics and the ways in which we can limit mankind's contribution to deterioration in the environment. No single nation can do this. It does require the Paris Accord. It does require a comity of international concentration on the future. So what will the future give us? What will be the technologies that will help us to address these problems? We can go through, I think, 4 phases of history in which technology has completely transformed the human condition. The first starts quite close to here. It was the railway. The Industrial Revolution, the first Industrial Revolution. In 1829, George Stephenson and his son Robert ran the rocket on the new Liverpool-Manchester Railway. They proved the concept that a steam engine could replace horses. This was astonishing. Steam engines had been used in the collieries, and they'd been used to some extent for transporting goods, but transporting human beings? And so there was wonderful political leadership from a committee of the House of Lords who wrote to King George IV in 1829, reported that they had interviewed Mr. George Stephenson and Mr. Robert Stephenson and concluded that they were people of limited engineering aptitude, that it was certainly true that steam power was competent for servicing collieries, but it was impossible to imagine that it might actually transport people. It was clear by now that with a frequent change of horses, it was possible to average a speed of 10 miles an hour between London and Manchester on Mr. Macadam's newly patented highways. But the view that it was sensible for humankind to travel at a velocity greater than 10 miles an hour was simply absurd. So parliamentary leadership has always played a major part in the development of science and technology in our country. But look what happened. By 1835, we had 388 miles of railway in England. By 1860, that figure was 10,650 miles of railway. A complete transformation through a new technology that nobody could have envisaged, the rapidity of change with which it would occur. The second industrial revolution, I think we could focus around electricity, around Edison and the light bulb and the way in which that transformed the way we live. The third industrial revolution, I think we would capture as being the digital age which has transformed the lives of everybody in this room so that we all have in our pockets a smartphone with greater computing capacity than that which first put man on the moon. And what a change to our lives. The fourth industrial revolution is on us already. The fourth industrial revolution will combine technologies. It will combine technologies such as robotics, such as biotechnologies, including genomes. We are now sequencing whole human genomes for about $1,000 a time, whereas the first one in the year 2000 cost $2 billion to sequence, and we now can get the unique genomic footprint of every human being and start to adapt our healthcare systems around it. But not just that, we can start to use nanotechnologies. We can start to use quantum computing. We can do with data the things that were unimaginable in the days of filing cabinets and punched cards. So there is in the world ahead of us an extraordinary opportunity. And it's an opportunity not just for those who come from those disciplines, those with, shall we say, because they're not here today, the sort of geeky, sort of nerdy tendencies. But look, it's tempting to ask the question, where's the next Elon Musk? Where's the next Steve Jobs? There! This is where they are. These graduates will be those who will generate these exciting discoveries and these new changes for the future. Can I just say, you've already got one up on Bill Gates of Microsoft and of Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, because you've got a degree. They haven't, and look what happened to them. And so I think one of the most exciting things is not to worry so much about the political future of the world, fragmented and disappointing and arrogant and insulting as so many of us current actors are, but to dream of a future in which we can do two things, in which we can use new technologies and new branches of knowledge to transform the human condition. And we will continue to do that, and we will continue to do it globally because there is no other way. But secondly, to think about what impact this has on all human beings and not simply ourselves. My hypothesis is that that Grenfell Tower tragedy will be a staging point in our thinking about the solidarity of society, in our contemplation of how we can use our new technologies not just to benefit a new generation of billionaires, but to ensure that the benefits are spread across the system. That's why I have to say in my other role as the chairman of NHS England, I am so committed to a healthcare system that provides healthcare to every citizen of this nation, irrespective of their ability to pay. So, for all of us, this is an absolutely wonderful day. It truly is. It is truly a staging point in the lives of our graduates today. And I'm reminded of the graduation ceremony where a student came onto the podium who, shall we say, had been pre-celebrating. And as he came up on the podium, he started, for some reason, jumping up and down, a bit like a kangaroo. Blomp, blomp, blomp. And all of a sudden, there was a splintering sound, and he disappeared completely from view. And across the auditorium, there fell a hush, broken only by his mother, who said, "Ignore him, it's just the stage he's going through." So this is the stage you're going through, and it will be the loveliest stage of your life. Tonight, I'm sure there will be celebrations and enormous pride on the part of all of the families who have worked with you and have supported you. So from all of us at the University of York, nothing but warmest best wishes for you for your future. Keep in touch with the university, and we'll take pride in your achievements as you will in ours. In conclusion, I'd like to say a few words of thanks. First, E-Anonymy, that small group of student singers. Can I just tell you that actually the first number they sang, Danny Boy, was arranged by a York student. So you have a combination of a tune that we all know, beautifully arranged and beautifully sung. So please will you join me in a round of applause for E-Anonymy. And then, secondly, I really want to thank everybody who's come here today. I know people have come not just from across the United Kingdom, but from across the world. What could better symbolize the vision of a global university than the warm support that we have from alumni and from parents and from friends and family of our graduates today? So may I, in conclusion almost, welcome you onto this campus. Many of you may not have been here before, and we have laid on for you the most extraordinarily good weather to enjoy the rest of the day. So welcome, and thank you so much for coming. And then very special thanks to the staff of this university. There are those, of course, who have done all the organization for these ceremonies, and that's a very technical, logistical challenge. But I'd like to extend that to include all of our staff, and in particular, of course, the teaching staff of this university, many of whom are here today representing their colleagues, because without the excellence of what they do, we wouldn't have you here as well. So please, will you join me in thanking all of the staff for all that they do? It's been a fabulous afternoon. I've so enjoyed the honour and the privilege of being here as the Chancellor and conferring these degrees. I'm going to now announce that the congregation for the conferment of awards is closed, but invite you please all to stand and join with me in finally congratulating our graduating class of 2017.